There's been another shooting in America. I know, surprise, right? Another fatal shooting, this time happening on another college campus in North Carolina. 3 people were killed, and these 3 people were Muslim. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, we'll get into that later. But here's some basic information on the victims and then the shooter. And now the victims were all students. One was named Deah Barakat. He was a second-year student at the University of North Carolina School of Dentistry. His wife also killed recently. They recently got married. Yusor Mohammad Abu-Salha, 21. She was set to enroll there in the fall. And the third was her 19-year-old sister, Razan. And she was also a student at nearby North Carolina State University in Raleigh. So already, I mean, you can kind of guess where this is going. All 3 young people, all 3 Muslim, and all 3 now dead in this shooting. Now, what exactly is going on? What happened? Well, first of all, we go to who perpetrated this, and this is a man named Craig Stephen Hicks. Now, 46-year-old man, and he had turned himself in after this incident without incident. So he turned himself in. He's taking responsibility. And what happened? Well, this is according to the Washington Post and the Chapel Hill Police Department. Now, they said, quote, "Our preliminary investigation indicates that the crime was motivated by an ongoing neighbor dispute over parking. Hicks is cooperating with investigators, and more information will be released at a later time." Now, a parking dispute over a parking space, I'm not sure if I buy that, and I'm going to explain. See, some of the details in the shooting show that this could have been religiously motivated by the fact that these 3 young people were Muslim. Why do I think that this could be religiously motivated? Well, it was the way that it was done. A lot of reports show that these 3 young people were shot in the head, execution style. You see, I don't think a parking dispute, no matter how bad it gets, would lead to 3 people who happen to be Muslim being shot execution style. I'm, like I said, I'm not exactly buying that this was a parking dispute. It just seems, and there's more evidence, but it seems like that is ignoring kind of the nature of the motivation. Now, a lot of the media is saying, well, we don't know their motivation, and that's true, but you can kind of infer, and a lot of this is my speculation, because right now we don't have anything official into why this guy did what he did. This is from Chapel Hill Mayor Mark Kleinschmidt. Now, police were working to determine whether hate was a motivating factor. Well, we know for certain at this time that it was a senseless and tragic act surrounding a long-standing dispute. We do not know whether anti-Muslim bias played a role in this crime, but I do recognize the fear that our members of the community may feel. Chapel Hill is a place for everyone, a place where Muslim lives matter. And by the way, that's a new hashtag that has actually came up along with this, Muslim Lives Matter. So basically what they're saying is they don't know. They don't know why he would do this. They think it's a parking dispute, but they're looking in to see if there's some sort of anti-Muslim bias. Now, they go in to some of his Facebook postings, and he was, surprisingly, he was an atheist. Now, like I said, that is sort of a surprise to me. I am an atheist, and I completely condemn this guy if this is a hate-motivated killing. Oh, I condemn it even if it's not. You shouldn't be killing people, whether it's over a parking dispute or over their religion. And according to Mohammad Abu-Salha, a psychiatrist in nearby Clayton, he told the News and Observer in Raleigh, this was not a dispute over a parking space. This was a hate crime. This man had picked on my daughter and her husband a couple of times before. So they've got a history. And he talked with them with his gun in his belt. And they were uncomfortable with him, but they did not know that he would go this far. You'd be surprised how far people go. And this kind of gets into the hatred and the rhetoric that we've been seeing, not just from, Fox News, not just from the right wing, not just from Christians towards Muslims, but there is a growing movement within the atheist community as well. Like, as an atheist, I do not believe in any religion. I think it's all bullshit. And I think religion holds back society. It holds back progress. But at the same time, as an atheist, I feel that it's appropriate to attack the religion itself, the message of the religion, and not the people who are adherents to it. And so to see that somebody is violent towards another religion, it makes no sense to me, and it's sort of against the core, I think, for me, as my core beliefs as an atheist, of fighting against religious intolerance. You do not fight religious violence. You do not fight religious intolerance by being violent and intolerant. That's sort of using radical, and to borrow a phrase from the right wing, that's using the tools of radical Islam. The same thing that a lot of people, and especially on the atheist side, rail constantly against. Oh, those violent Muslims. And here you've got a lot of rising anti-Islamic sentiment in America, and you have access to weaponry, guns, open carry. I don't know North Carolina if they're open carry, concealed carry. I'm assuming that they are, and you've got a recipe for lots of violence, and that's never a good thing.